Hello friends, this is Dr. Shikha Gairana. A very warm welcome to you all on my YouTube channel Educo Physios. I hope you all are happy, healthy and safe at your place. Topic for today is total knee replacement, its pre-operative physiotherapy and the assessment. So why I have chosen this topic? Knee joint is most Google topic as in form of knee pain, knee arthritis, knee surgical procedures or knee arthroplasty. So as we all know, knee joint of the human body is the largest, complex and weight-bearing joint of the body. In Western countries, 1 in every 3 persons over the age of 45 report some kind of knee pain which increases with age. Degenerative changes with increasing age or the knee arthritis is very common these days. In this video, we'll be discussing about total knee replacement, the implants we are using, pre-operative assessment tools for physiotherapists for examining a knee, criteria for progress to surgery, general knee strengthening exercises, and a very important how to educate a patient for a successful surgery. So you will gather all the information related to a successful pre-operative total knee replacement rehabilitation. So let's start the video. We'll be discussing here about rehabilitation need prior to total knee replacement, approach to rehabilitation in total knee replacement, pre-operative physiotherapy and assessment, basic human knee anatomy. We'll see changes that are taking place in an arthritic knee, total knee replacement procedure, used implant and characteristics, progressing criteria for surgery, pre-operative physiotherapy assessment tools, if surgery required, what can be the ways to achieve maximum benefits of surgery, pre-op physiotherapy awareness, and most important, patient education, basic exercises that can be used to strengthen the knee, core exercises, geriatric population exercises, and lastly, home method to take. Need of rehabilitation prior to TKR. We are rehabilitating a patient to progress from his or her severe painful, stiff, limited functional activity life to a quality of life that is without any pain, stiffness, or she may be able to participate in his daily life activities as well as can be socially active and maintain general body fitness. So rehabilitation of total knee replacement plays an important role in guiding the patient through the often painful process of regaining optimal range of motion, strength, and endurance to participate in the activities of daily life by helping the patient, assisting the patient, give him proper direction, support, advices, and solving his queries. Here we are going to discuss brief about basic human knee anatomy. Knee joint is the synovial hinge variety joint. Knee joint allows flexion and extension movements and also to a certain degree it allows rotation at the knee joint. Knee joint is located at the meeting point of the, you can see here, femur, the thigh bone, shin bone, the tibia and the kneecap or the patella bone, right? So this is the knee joint. So for detailed anatomy of knee joint, I'll share link of my another video related to knee joint anatomy. Please go through that if you have missed that series. Arthritis can be osteoarthritis, the wear tear of articular cartilage, rheumatoid arthritis that involves swelling and stiffness of multiple joints, plus there is a criteria. Then post-traumatic arthritis, after any injury, arthritis develops inside the joint. Changes in end-stage osteoarthritis or advanced degenerative joint arthritis. So here you can see a normal knee. So normal knee is included normal bone, articular surfaces, normal articular cartilage, normal joint space, and there is no bone spurs. But when we come to a arthritic knee which has degenerative changes, you can see here the bone rub over the bone, both the sides. Cartilage is quite disrupted. The joint space is reduced and you can see the bone with knee spurs. Reasons for joint replacement: severe pain, stiffness, swelling, limited motion at the joint, difficulty in walking, and other forms of reduced mobility is present. Total knee replacement procedure. So during the surgery, the damaged part of your knees is removed and replaced with an implant. So damaged articular surfaces of the joint is removed with the implant. So there are 4 artificial components that participate as TKR implant. So femoral component that attaches over the femoral condyle, tibial component that attaches over the tibial articular surface. Patellar component may or may not be used, depends upon surgeon's decision, and a plastic spacer. So you can see here femoral component, tibial component, and the plastic spacer. What makes a TKR successful? So all the credit goes to implant. Implant material we will talk in next slide. So here first we'll see the characteristics of an implant. Implant material must be biocompatible, means they can be placed in the body without creating a rejection response. Since knee joint is a weight-bearing joint, so it should be strong enough to take the load of weight-bearing joint. Varying degree of forces acts on knee joint, so it should be flexible enough to bear the stresses without breaking. Mobility is what is most needed demand of the surgery, so it must be able to preserve a smooth coordinated movement at the knee joint. Longevity of implant is important. They must be able to retain their strength and shape for longer periods of time. So varieties of implants. Implants are made up of metal alloy like titanium, chromium, cobalt. They all are having the properties for successful knee joint implantation. So we have some varieties like Persona, NextGen CR, NextGen LPS, Journey to CR. These all are implants are basically to provide good range of motion and mobility to the life of a patient. Implant fixation. So we have 3 kinds of implant fixation. One is cemented fixation, cementless fixation, and hybrid variety of fixation. Cemented fixation says implants are most commonly held in place with a fast curing bone cement that called polymethyl methacrylate. Cementless fixation. Implants can also be in a press fit onto the bone. This type of fixation relies on new bone growing into the surface of an implant. Hybrid fixation says that one component is with the cement and another component is without cement. So here the femoral component is inserted without cement and the tibia and patella components are inserted with cement. Knee arthroplasty procedure. So you can see here that we have removed the damaged femoral articular surface and it is replaced with the femoral component. And here we have also removed the tibial surface that is damaged and shifted it with a plastic spacer and the tibial component. Here you can see the patella surface is as well removed and it is replaced with a patellar component. Quite disruptive is change in with new components of an implant to a replaced knee. Now we will see pre-operative assessment tools for a physiotherapist for a patient who is undergoing total knee replacement arthroplasty. So these pre-operative assessment tools are like decision-making key points which allows or enable a surgeon or physiotherapist to take a decision that patient falls in the criteria to go for surgery or it should be managed conservatively. Assessment tools we will divide into three categories. So subjective findings or examination, physical or clinical examination, radiological examination or the findings. Subjective findings. So subjective findings include your general health assessment. General health assessment includes your demographic data like name, age, sex, your personal history, your family history, your medical history. Then we have questionnaires related to the knee joint, like how much your knee hurts, are you avoiding to walk because your knee hurts, how difficult it is to climb upstairs and downstairs, limitation of daily life activities. We have some pre-operative assessment tools as well, like Oxford Knee Score, we have Knee Society Score. Physical findings, you will find the patient with severe pain, severe swelling of the knee joint. There can be effusion. There will be joint line tenderness present when you touch it. Ligament laxity is present. You can see either the patient can have bow legs, varus legs, or the patient can have valgus legs. You can see the walking of the patient, walking pattern of the patient, and also very important posture, overall posture of the body and posture of knee joint. So here you can see a patient pre-operatively who wants to go for total knee replacement surgery, the level of deformity, you can see stiffness, swelling, limitation of range of movement. Postures of knee, like you can see here, the bow leg, it is making a curve. You can see this patient with valgus, both the knees, and you can see this patient with single knee valgus. So let's have a look and assess the gait of this patient. And you all are having a homework that you need to tell me in the comment section which gait it is. Next is radiological findings. Radiological findings, we have modalities like X-rays and the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. So X-ray, we have three views of knee joint. Anterior-posterior view, this view is taken anterior-posterior view. So anterior-posterior view, we have lateral views and the skyline view. Alright, so you can see the bow legs here, and you can also see the severe advanced arthritic knee, both the sides, right? MRI is prescribed by the orthopedician only. MRI shows injuries to the muscles, ligaments and the cartilage. When to opt for surgery? Replacement of the knee joint is an elective procedure and is indicated when there is evidence of advanced disease resulting in failure of the knee joint to function satisfactorily. So there must be debilitating symptoms, failure of such symptoms to respond to less invasive treatment. Like if a patient comes to us, we directly not prescribe them to go for surgery. We give them physiotherapy treatment, sometimes articular injections along with physiotherapy. So we go for less invasive procedure first, and then only when it is failed, then only we opt for surgery. Medical suitability of the patient to respond to the surgery. So which is very important, like cardiac condition, other disease, lungs condition, cancer. There are many things which needs to be taken care of, that making a patient medically suitable or not. When these three things are present, only then a patient is planned for going for total knee replacement surgery. Planning for surgery and physiotherapy awareness for its optimum benefit. Important thing is patient education. So patient education needs to be done like we should prepare a patient for surgery, preparation for a surgery, patient's expectation and the realistic expectations, and educate the patient about successful recovery at home. Preparation of surgery. It's a duty of a physio to educate the patient and the family members about the surgery. Define pre-operative phase. Define what will be in the post-operative phase. Explain the patient about the psychology related to pain and gain phenomena. The patient who are undergoing for TKR surgery needs lot of psychological, emotional and motivational support as they are suffering from a very confined lifestyle disease. Preoperatively done exercises importance for knee joint and improving the stamina. Home and furniture modification should be explained to patient and the family member. Expectation. So expectation of a patient before surgery, what he can expect during the hospital stay, how it would be to staying at home, teach them activity rest modulation, adequate pain management, importance of cryotherapy. Successful recovery at home by educating them, exercise with appropriate rest, exercise smart, not hard, follow-ups as advised by the surgeon and physiotherapy team. Goals of preoperative phase would be to put the patient's expectation in a realistic perspective, to help you to recover faster post-surgery, conditioning of muscles, improve aerobic capacity, better with core muscles, to gain confidence of patient, to motivate the patient to lower anxiety and stress level, very important. If a obese person, then definitely to work on to control weight in the pre-operative phase. Few general knee exercises includes basic knee range of motion exercises like active ankle toe movement, like static quadriceps, pressing the knee downwards, stretching hamstring, put a towel roll under your heel, pull the ankle towards your face and pressing your knee downwards. Heel slides exercises, bending your knee and straighten your knee. Shorter quadriceps with the towel roll, you are supposed to lift up your leg. Make sure your knee will stay on the towel roll. Leg raises, you can see we have active hip abduction. This is in supine position. So in both the positions, supine position and the sideline position, will perform hip abduction exercises. Dynamic quadriceps exercises in the sitting position. Basic core exercises, like core is very important for a patient who is undergoing for a surgery because core is the central portion of your body that produces enormous forces. So you need to teach the patient pelvic tilt, bridging exercises, sit up on the chair or the bed, hip extensors strengthening, and for upper extremity you can use upper extremity ergometer. Of upper extremity exercise you can see with help of dumbbells, free. So these all the exercises you can teach to geriatric population as well. Home message to take for all of you is before a patient undergoing total knee replacement procedure, it is utmost important that we educate patient about how his surgery is going to be progressed, explain about pain, and its management, preoperatively brief discussion about incision care and precautions as well, overcome the stress of surgery, anxiety level by listening to the patient, sort out their all queries, advantages and disadvantages of knee replacement surgery, explain about improved quality of life after total knee replacement surgery, explain about exercises and their importance. If you find the video informative and helpful, do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more informative videos. Please comment if you have any doubts and queries. You can mail us as well. Mail ID is given in the description box. Thank you.